Welcome back to another speedrun to platinum video. Today I'm playing another Allies game, so let's get into the action. I'm playing Davron. The name sounds vaguely familiar. I think I might have seen him in the top 10 platinum before, but I don't have a real clear... I could be completely off on that. Maybe that's Davinator. I'm not sure. But I don't remember playing against this person. But now I'm starting to fight more and more top, or at least, skilled players compared to the beginning of my placement games. And now that we're playing better players, we're going back to the good old 12-9. It's wildly inconsistent. You kind of lose your Russia games right off the bat, 1 out of 4 times, but letting Germany keep the bomber and fighter turn 1 is just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. It just takes so long to drop a fleet. You can't do a med shock. Well, that's awful. Well, at least he only hit 1. Oh. Is this just... we're trading onesies now? Well, I guess if we both roll horrible, it kind of evens out to average, huh? You're usually supposed to get 4 hits at the start there. Well, I think he's usually supposed to get 3, so I'll shut my mouth there. Okay, this is looking good. You almost never want to retreat unless... look at that, precision rolling. Unless, like, you have a really strong West Russia and you lose maybe, like, 1, 2 infantry max and there's only a fighter left. It's just not a great idea to retreat from Ukraine. You don't want to give Germany that plane and miss out on that income there. You also give them the ability to stack Ukraine with fighters, which puts you in a tough position because it forces you to either give up Caucasus or West Russia. It kind of disallows you to do a fleet drop without giving one of them up as UK, and it just... it's just difficult to play. And giving Germany the extra fighter guarantees no fleet drop. I just don't like it. I do it once in a blue moon, but retreating from Ukraine, as a rule of thumb, you really shouldn't do it unless you know exactly what you're doing. But anyway, it's a slightly above average start with 3 tanks in Ukraine. Maybe that's average if they don't go bomber first. It's about there, but it's I cannot complain about the start. Quite pleased. Average is good. Average usually favors allies in the first round. The reason, in my opinion at least, Axis tends to be favored at the highest level is just because of how many high variance fights the allies have at their first round that are just game-losing impact if they go wrong. And they go wrong quite often. Whereas the Axis game-losing fights, kind of like C-Zone 7 or Ukraine, they... or not really Ukraine, that rarely fails, but or losing the battleship in C-Zone 17 are much lower probabilities in comparison. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for UK1. Welcome back. It is UK1, and what the heck am I looking at on this screen? He bought a sub, 2 tanks, 2 artilleries, 5 infantry. Well, this definitely isn't the top player I thought he was. He hit Karelia. That makes sense. Took Iceland. Never really liked that attack. German units are precious. Why waste one? He hit C-Zone 17 and got really bad luck. Destroyer killed his battleship. That's always a heartbreaker. And then he hit Egypt. What did he even hit it with? He hit... what did he attack Egypt with? 2 tanks, 2 infantry. Oh, but no, it was only 1 tank and 1 infantry. He got 1 tank and 1 infantry, but he managed to get 3 hits against my 4 units with better attack power. Well, that was really lucky. He attacked here with a fighter, lost. Killed me in C-Zone 10. Lost 2 in C-Zone... I guess he got a good result there. Hit Ukraine, got a strong result. Only lost 2 infantry. I don't know what this guy's doing, but since I don't have a transport and he has a sub, I obviously can't do a fleet drop. So we'll just do a air attack here. So this fighter goes 1, 2. Yeah, I'll hit this with the destroyer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess I'll hit this with the bomber so I can get my fighters in West Russia. I'd normally want to bomb him, but I don't know what this guy's doing. He's playing fast and loose. Hitting Egypt turn 1 is not the best move in my book. But apparently he has a different book. And it worked out. He traded 2 units for 3, so it's pretty... What are the odds of that even happening? Let me quickly plug that into the calculator. That was a top 3% result for him. But, you know, killing the battleship is obviously way better for us. It's unfortunate when that happens. Actually, I guess I could just kill it with the cruiser would be better. And then I can move my destroyer here so it can be in range of a fleet drop next turn. I kind of like that idea more. Well, let's go with it. Always kind of nice when you can save this aircraft carrier. And transport. It's nice not having to rebuild things that are already there. I don't know. Do I add an extra? I guess it's okay for me to go after Egypt here because I'm bringing in these fighters, so the actual threat on... Actually, I forgot. I have all my units in... Eastern Canada are going to be here, so I don't have to bring the New Zealand guy over unless I want a permanent Alaska buffer. I like this. Don't know why he's buying a sub, though. But, whatever. He certainly stops my Navy from dropping. But subs, when the Navy gets here, just have to sit there and wait for death. Whereas a fighter can be hitting the land in the meantime. Yeah, they're cheaper, but I don't really think Germany should be buying those at this point in the game. Well, whatever. We'll see how their strategy pans out. I think Vic Wheezy occasionally does explorative buys like this. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for USA 1. Welcome back. It's USA 1. Let's take a look at what Davron did. He bought 3 transports, infantry, tanks, stock standard start. I like it. Hit Buryatia. Looks like he landed the transport there too, which is a little unusual, but nothing wrong there. Hit C-Zone 33, and we skunked him hard. Now, normally the odds are worse here attacking than you'd think, because you're like, well, it's 6 attack power versus 6 attack power, but let's say we each lose 1 in the first round, then it's 4 attack power with the fighter versus 3. So your odds to capture this are smaller than you'd think. Not to say we didn't get lucky, which we did, but usually this isn't a good attack because these units really aren't going to do anything for several turns, whereas Japan starts the game off a little bit poor, and now I'm going to have very little India pressure and can probably just go and clear out these guys with impunity. Okay, he hit Burma, killed 1, lost 1. No losses in he hit it with 3? I guess 4 with the bomber. Wow, this guy's gutsy. Lost 2 in Onway, and we got really lucky. We killed a destroyer, so he must have missed, and we double hit back. So what did he send in? Wow, he didn't hold back. He didn't hold back. He sent it all. We just got really lucky there. Well, that's a really lucky turn. I feel a little bad about my opponent getting dice that good, but I'll take it. Okay, so let's start out doing the easy stuff. Let's hit this. He has no bomber, so I'm going to just... Right? Oh, he bought a sub. What a weirdo. But, yeah, I can just move all my stuff into there. No problem. Oh, well, you can attack that sub. Go ahead, join the party. You can never have too much overkill when it comes to killing subs. Or anything, really. I don't take Kwang Tung with the US because these infantry are precious and I want to exchange them for units, not income, and the Russians need the income more. Phew, barely bought enough in to take that sub out. Okay, well, let's see. I guess I can land the bomber. Here's a decent spot. Let's move these guys back. I'll figure out... What do I want to do with this guy? Maybe I'll just land it all here since it's safe. We'll send this guy down to Australia. We'll send this guy here so he can defend Alaska potentially. We'll send these guys over. Probably have a decent med shock opportunity with how he only has 4 fighters and a bunch of tanks. Where's his destroyer? Oh, he lost his destroyer. He lost his destroyer. Okay, well, let's snuggle this guy right up close. Who needs personal space with the sub? He can keep his navy nice and clumped. That looks good. All right, for Russia, we need more artillery because I'm going to send most of my artillery to the dogs this turn. Let's hit here. And here, these should be good fights. I don't think I want to do any more. But I want my fights to be strong. And hopefully capture Karelia so he can't produce units there and kind of delay the time we need to move out of West Russia. The longer you can hold West Russia, which allows you to trade and pressure other territories, the better. That's probably something I need to work on with my allies' play. Okay, pretty nice result. The only problem is I am kind of out of artillery in Karelia, but that can be... Whoops. No, you don't go there. It might actually be better to keep my tanks somewhere a little bit more flexibility. I'm not worried. I'm not super worried about losing India, but I can just put my tanks here anyway since should be very safe here. This just gives me for flexibility. I can go down to India. I could potentially hit Sinkayang. I just have more options, and that's rarely a bad thing. I am safe here, right? I have 4 fighters, 9 infantry. Yeah, he doesn't have enough. I'm gonna put most of my artillery here to discourage a Ukraine stack. Not that I think it's super likely. Alright. Took a pretty healthy attack power lead. Most of that's due to him getting a terrible result there in 33, but you know, sometimes you get good luck and you roll with it. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for UK 2. Welcome back, it's UK 2. Let's look at the scoreboard. We actually have a lead against Davron here. So what did he do? He bought a bomber, a sub, and 7 land units. Hit Karelia, killed 2, lost 1. Hit Ukraine and got diced horribly. Wow. He lost 4 units against 3 and hit nothing. That is really unfortunate. But, of course, I'm going to take that any day of the week. So, looking at the board, he seems to be trying to say, hey, don't drop a fleet, don't drop a fleet. I got subs, I got planes. Stay away, find a different neighborhood. Which I'm going to ignore everything that he's signaling, and I'm going to buy a fleet and drop it. And he can attack it with 73% odds of destroying it. However, even if he does that, I still think it's a good trade. And here's why. He's going to, on average, lose all of his planes but 2. I still have my Navy coming up, more from the US, and it's going to absolutely cripple you know, the trading ability of Germany to take that fight, and all he's going to get is some, you know, not that much. It's going to be one UK transport, and I will happily offer him that exchange. So here I'm just going to trade. Oh man, if only my sub were in range. Oh, battleship and 4 transports. Yes, please. I guess I'll just use the bomber here. I'm not too worried about India 3. Especially since he landed in Buryatia the first round. Nice. It's like I killed an artillery. Bombing raids are like AA guns. Like, it's just pure value or pure despair. Well, you got me. No Burma for Christmas. This Christmas, little Timmy. All right. Pretty good turn all around. Let's retreat here. I think I will send 2 units up this way. I have these tanks here that can blitz down towards India if he threatens it. Let's move the fleet back towards safety. I can move one of these fighters here. The other fighter can go to India. I prefer the bomber here. It gives me more flexibility if I want to bomb, hit Japan, and such. Let's move this transport up. He has no destroyer, so I'm just gonna try and weasel that submarine there in the most annoying position possible. I'm gonna put a little shield icon to remind me to defend there. Come at my fleet, bruh. It's not good for Germany to trade with the Allied fleet unless it's like an overwhelming advantage. And usually, even if it is overwhelming advantage, you usually only want to do it when there's enough transports there to sweeten the deal. So he might go for this, but unless he gets better than average results, I think it's a mistake. I have plenty of fleet coming up, and that Navy's not going to do a damn thing for me other than sit there and defend. So if he wants to exchange his precious German fighters for them, then I think that's good, even if it's a technically IPC negative trade. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys next time for USA 2. Welcome back, it's USA 2. Let's look at the scoreboard. We got a nice lead here. And let's see what Davron did. He bought a complex here in the East Indies, a bomber, 1 infantry, and artillery. And it looks like he's going for the dedicated India bust. So let's see if we can do our best to thwart him here. I'm going to buy... See, how much money do I even have? Actually, I don't think I even have enough money to support 2 transports because I got 4 coming in. Wow, I'm a broke bloke, aren't I? All right. Well, I guess it's that's a little pitiful. 1 infantry and 11 land units. Let's hit here. The best way to punish an India all-in is to deny Japan as much income as you can. And I think we can do that there. I don't want to hit this with the tank because I can eliminate this cheaper and safer. So no need to blow our precious tanks and bombers, or potentially blow them there. I think that's good. Nice. Any successful bombing raid without losing a bomber is a win in my book. Alright. I'll go ahead and move these forward. I do like the idea of a med shock, but might be a tad difficult to do it this next turn because I really want to pressure Germany by hitting Norway. I think there's a very high chance he's going to try to kill everything there, and I think capturing Norway is a higher priority for me at this point in time. I guess I can move this up here to be a little more discreet. Okay, I got 6 infantry. How many transports? That a many. I guess I'll put a fighter here to potentially go to India if needed, or I can also hit Libya depending on how the game plays out. What do I do with this guy? Because I want this to trade with Japan, but if I leave it here, he can just swoop in. Maybe I'll just leave it here and add some Russian reinforcements. That might be the more intelligent play. This transport, why would I send that transport there? Glad I checked that. Sometimes with all these spaghetti strings, I miss things like that. All right. Maybe this isn't a good spot, because if he moves here, I can escape to here, and then if he moves there, I'm trapped. So perhaps that's not the best spot to be. Maybe this is a better spot. Not that I think my opponent's planning a, you know, 2-step wait. Does he even have a destroyer? He does not. Okay, well, what am I worried about then? He has no destroyer. Never mind. Okay, let's go with this. Defend our UK fleet. See if Germany's going to send their planes into the meat grinder. For Russia, wow, that's a lot of money. Just buy some more infantry. I guess I'll just try this. I think this is reasonable. Do I send a third infantry here? Let's quickly calculate that out. Punch it into the calculator. Calculator says I get 0.9 or 0.8 extra IPCs if I send 3 compared to 2, so that's not worth it. Got it. Calculator, do I continue? It says it is a profit to continue. Well, wasn't the best result. I killed 3 units, I lost 3 units, but I suppose that's how the game goes sometimes. I'm gonna add a infantry and artillery heading down that way. The rest can go here. This should be safe, right? Oh, of course it's safe. There's nothing he can attack it with. The tanks can't blitz because I block the territory, so of course it's going to be safe. It's a silly question. This should be safe here. I guess since I know West Russia is safe, it's better to put my fighters in a more mobile position like Caucasus, so I can hit here or there, or maybe even Kazakh to potentially hit Anhui. Let's punish this India stack as hard as we can. This India bust. Keep Japan poor. Trickle in reinforcements to India. Do our best to make him regret this move. I see more people. This is more common than you might think, but unless you control Ukraine as the axis, trying to do the India pressure stack just doesn't work. The Allies can simply send too many units in. Put a little shield icon there just to remind myself to defend it. Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, we got a monster lead here. Russia 27 IPCs is pretty nice. Shame we didn't get Karelia, but it happens. Now what's Japan's income at? They're at 37, and that's probably about where they're gonna stay, which is not where Japan wants to be. They want to be trading all of these. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 IPCs here, plus these. If I manage to hold on to them, yeah, this is costing him a lot. The fact that he put a complex there, that's another 15 IPCs, so it's not going to be a surprise. But we'll see how it goes. All right, that's it for now. See you guys next time for UK3. Welcome back. It's UK3. Let's look at the scoreboard here against Davron. We got a nice lead coming in, and see what he did. He bought 2 subs, 7 land units, and repaired for 6. So he took the C-Zone 8 fight, which he postured for. We actually got 1 more hit back than we should have, which was pretty nice. And from a positional standpoint, I think he's in a lot of trouble. Oh, he also attacked Egypt, no losses. Or sorry, we took no losses in Egypt. That was just a suicide attack there. Bulgaria, Romania, no hitbacks. 1 hitback in Ukraine, 1 hitback in Belarus. So pretty nice turn for us, all things considered. But you, in my opinion, you can see where this kind of anti-Navy build has a lot of weakness, because now, yeah, he traded. I think he even traded at an IPC positive rate, but he's going to have a lot of trouble trading against Russia now. He just doesn't have many planes. And I still have a bunch of Navy coming up, so I'm not really in any bad position, at least in my opinion. So I'm just going to buy 3 land units here for India and 2 fighters for when this carrier gets here. I don't need to buy a transport just yet because I want to move the Navy to C-Zone 3, and because I don't need to rush. I have something coming up next turn anyway. Might as well get fighters so I can trade a little bit better. So here I'm just going to trade with Ukraine since the unit's already there, and we're going to get into our India turtling positions. I'm going to leave this to the US because I want my logistics to be as fast as possible. I have a sub down there, right? Oh, wait, yeah, he has no destroyer. Let's see if we can force him to buy a destroyer. Trust me, there's nothing Japan hates more than buying a destroyer, especially early game when their income's low. Nice, we got Burma. That means he can't stack it this turn. Well, lost that bloke. Alright, let's start moving our folks towards the mainland here. I'll move this cruiser up here. Oops. I'm sure he intends... I'm probably going to block here and trap the sub. I don't have to do it, but it doesn't hurt. So maybe I'll move this cruiser here just to make his odds even worse were he decide to do that. I think I'll just retreat this United Kingdom infantry down, or maybe, yeah, I'll just retreat it down to help reinforce India. It's nice to trade here with the excess of United Kingdom planes, but I should respect his stack here a little bit. Might want to send more US units in here in case he goes after Africa, but even if he does, it won't really help him that much. Germany is very weak. Yeah, 65 attack power. He has so few land units, and he's just been buying subs and planes, and even with Russia going after Japan, he can't push us out here. So that's nice. I'm a little tempted to just leave this infantry here, but I probably shouldn't. I'm in a good spot. I don't need to play min-maxing. There's a destroyer there, yes. Good. I mean, I've noticed a lot of people, especially gold players, do this kind of India, East Indies, India pressure. Like, does this actually work in gold? Like, enough people do it, so it must, but you just have to send a trickle of Russian troops down. Unless they hold Caucasus, I don't see how this would work very well. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys next time for USA 3. Welcome back. It's Japan, or USA 3 rather. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and what Davron did. So we have a pretty healthy lead at this point. He bought 2 destroyers? What? That's a little weird. And good for me. Did that sub really scare him that much to buy 2 destroyers? But whatever, I'll take it. He hit India for 5. I think that's almost always a waste to hit UK, because UK has plenty of money and only 3 production slots. So I usually don't feel it does that much to bomb India, unless you're really desperate. Lost one in Burma, lost one in Evenki. But he did capture both. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy 8 units and 2 transports. So let's get a move on here. I think that should be good enough. I could add something here to attack Iceland, but I just don't really see a need to attack Iceland. He doesn't have any fighters to land there. Why reduce my logistical speed when it doesn't really make sense? Let's hit here. Let's blitz this happy little tank through. I should still be very safe in India, at least for the next turn, so I don't believe I need these fighters in here. I think this is as good a turn as any, and I'm going to try and trap that sub because why not? It's practically free. Very nice, he didn't hit back. Guess I'll keep them here. Maybe the fighters are better off landing here in Sinkayang, because if I do that, he can only hit here with, let's see, his fighters go 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can only hit it with a tank, infantry, and a bomber. So as long as I put 2 infantry from Kazakh there, it should be safe. Okay, let's move the rest of our guys. We finally cleared all that income out of all that income out of sorry, all the German income out of Africa. Losing my train of thought here. All right, let's move these forward. We have a trapped sub. Might as well grab it. I'll move these guys up here. Do I want to start a med shock? I've had worse ideas. You know, I don't really see any reason why not. Actually, I'll just... Let's not take the empty guy, though. I got extra fighters. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 to help defend it. That should be very nice. Some nice pressure on Germany from all directions. I'll pull this guy back. I think that's looking good. All right, Russia's turn. Do I really need more artillery at this point in time? Maybe it's just a good old-fashioned full infantry purchase here for us. All right, so let's go up here. He has no reinforcements up here, so I should be able to hollow him out. We can take a freebie there. I am not afraid to trade hard with a Germany that's this poor. Actually, let's use this infantry here. Nice. Ruh-roh, Ruby. There's no justice. Oh well, it happens sometimes. Okay, well, not such a great round for us. It's not such a great round. I lost 4, killed 4. That's a pretty foul turn on the attack. But luckily, I think we are far enough ahead to where I can swallow such bad dice with a smile, hopefully. Let's see. Maybe I will move 1 infantry and artillery here, just in case I want to attack Szechuan with 2 from here, 2 from here, and the 3 tanks. I should be pretty safe here. Yeah, he can only blitz 5 tanks and a bomber here. That's no threat. You know, thinking about it again, I think it is more important that I just kick him out of Karelia. I say, hey, I can hit with the Russians, knock you out, and reinforce with the US. I think that's probably a more important target rather than keeping Japan at bay a little bit better. Because what's the most you can put here? You can put 6 tanks, 6 infantry, and that's 12, and I'm going to have 5. Okay, well, yeah, it should be a close battle there. How many infantry do I have? 5. Okay, maybe I'll move an extra infantry up here. India's pretty safe for now, and I think the two infantry trickle should be good enough. I can add the US fighters if need be, but he doesn't really have much going on just yet. He will in another turn or two, but it's best to beat up Germany as much as I can before I have to help India out some more. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. Alright, got a gargantuan 43 attack power lead going on here. Yeah, India should be pretty safe here. For now, at least. Yeah. Well, that's it for now. See you next time for UK4. Welcome back. It's UK4. Let's take a look what Davron did. Bought 13 infantry, finally kicked that sub-mine habit. Took Ukraine, no losses, lost one in Karelia. Did a suicide attack on our fleet with the sub, and he got the 1 and 3, so that's a destroyer for him. So for this turn, I'm going to repair India. I'm going to buy... I don't know, is it right to buy this many units? I think it's okay to buy the AA gun for India. And another transport for added pressure. So I'm going to take this guy here. I was originally planning to do a cruiser bombard to hit France to soften it up, but I don't think I need to do that. I think I just need to break Karelia, and the game should be mine, unless I lose India or something wild. So I'm just going to focus on what's most important, stacking Karelia, and I should be able to do that next turn. Excuse me. All right, let's get to it. Get all that unnecessary good luck. Clobbered him. Alright, let's move this guy here. I am going to, for now, keep moving UK troops here. I think once the US gets to Egypt, though, I think I'm going to move them down here to discourage a shift into Africa. Let's see, I am going to pull this guy back here. Does it matter? I guess this spot's, well, this spot has a little bit more range. It can hit Africa. I'm going to move these bombers here, so I have the option to bomb Berlin instead of having my bombers just overkill Burma, because they're not getting that much done there. Alright, I will... Let's see, I guess I don't really have a huge need to add more defense here or here. I think I'll just keep the UK fleet together here. I guess I can add the cruiser here. It doesn't make too much of a difference in case I want to abandon ship with some of these fighters. But yeah, he only has one bomber. He's not going to be trading well. Yeah, him sacrificing all those planes to get that technically positive fight in C-Zone 8 kind of impoverished him. It's going to make it a lot more difficult for trading. What's his attack power? 71? I mean, it's not terrible, but it's certainly not where you want to be at this point in the game. All right. Yeah, Russia's been trading pretty heavily, but they've kept up a healthy income. It's really nice being able to keep all of this money here. Helps the Allies way more than you might think. That's why I think this whole India pressure is just a flawed strategy in general. Japan's just not rich enough early on to do that sort of shenanigans. AA gun there. I just kind of realized I have too many non-infantry here. Maybe I shouldn't have bought an AA gun and just bought 2 infantry instead. Oh well. I'm at that point where I'm starting to get a real overwhelming lead to where I'm starting to get a little lazy with my planning. I know I shouldn't do that, but you know, that's a thing I do. I'm like, I'm gonna win this anyway from here. Why waste my brain power? I'm gonna stack Karelia next turn, then it's just gonna be non-stop allied units flooding in, beating Germany down, reinforcing Russia, and then Russia can just beat up Japan without any fear of the Germans. And it's I mean, just look at the income differential right now. He's sitting at 73, I'm sitting at 80, no, 105. It's ridiculous. Huge gap. That's like, 10 extra infantry for me every turn more than him. And it's probably only going to get worse once I get a hold of Karelia and start eating up all those German territories. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time for USA 4. Welcome back. It's USA 4. Let's take a look at the board and what Davron did. He bought another destroyer? Why? You have 3. You're fine. Bombed India, lost a bomber on Russia, lost a guy in Burma, lost a guy in Sichuan. So pretty bad turn for him, losing the bomber, but that's what happens when you do enough bombing raids. Eventually, when your bombers falls to the ground. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy 8 infantry, a complex, and a transport. I'm going to take this guy for free. Let's see if we can take out that sub. I certainly hope we can take out that sub, or it's going to be mighty pathetic. Let's take those guys out. The bomber can join in the fun. I guess I could send the fighters over. Well, I'll send at least one of them. The other fighter I need to land in C-Zone 15. What's my defense profile? Default. Good. I could hit France this turn, but I don't think I need to take such a kind of close battle. I'll just try to focus on getting Karelia. Yeah, this looks good. Oh, he all missed. I rolled terrible, but he rolled worse. Excellent, got it. Took out the sub. I'm hitting this with a bit more than I need to, because I know Germany's stretched thin. Wow. Kick-ass turn. Some of you here. Maybe I won't send that tank there. Maybe I'll just keep it here to chill in Africa in case he decides to go for an Africa drop, which is probably looking more likely since his India, crush timing is completely gone. Send you guys there. I guess instead of Finland, I can put one here. That works. I don't want to send any guys here because I need everything right now to defend Sea Zone 15 with his bomber. Actually, do I need everything? I really don't need everything now that I think about it. So I guess I'll send one transport here. I think that's about all the generosity I have in my heart. I'll give him a bomber with one destroyer and a transport, but I'm not going to give him two. I might need to buy more naval defense since if I'm going to do a med shock, but we'll see. And I'm keeping these infantry here on purpose so I can defend that bomber and potentially pick up from 15 and hit one of these two spots if it suits my fancy. Actually, let's cancel that. Let's do it that way. So if he hits Alaska, I have some more teeth. How many transports are here? 4. I'll have 8 units plus the AA. That should suffice. All right, that looks pretty good. Might be the last transport I buy. We'll see. Look at that, 50 IPCs for USA. That puts a smile on your face. Or at least it puts one on mine. Okay, Russia. Let's trade with Berlin. I don't really want to mess around with Japan right now. I could try to stack Karelia here, but I don't think I need to just yet. I don't want, even if I can stack Ukraine, I don't necessarily want to. I want to keep a window open on Karelia. Do I want to stack it this turn or not is the question. He can hit me with 9, 15, 16 units, and I would have 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I guess I technically could. Well, let's see how these go, and then we'll plan from there. Got it. Well, he got 2 hit backs, but we got what we wanted. Okay, so let's retreat these guys back. I don't need the Russians here anymore, so I'm gonna pull out. Let's run the numbers on how safe Karelia is. I'm just going to let him take that. I'm not going to try to contest it. It's too far from my resupply point. Okay, so let's punch this into the calculator. He has 4 infantry, 2 artillery, 9 tanks, and a bomber. And I'm going to produce 2 infantry here, by the way. So I'm going to have 10 infantry, 4 artillery, AA gun, 3 tanks, 2 fighters. That should be a horrible fight for him. And that should be the beginning of the end, hopefully. Yeah, he moves so many of his transports back up here to defend. He's not making full use of his East Indies complex. Which I'm not complaining, that's good for me. These, oh, I was gonna say, if these bombers were here, maybe they could hit these destroyers, but they can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nope. Unfortunate. Looks good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not quite. Now it looks good. $28 IPCs, turn 5 for Russia. That's a report card you can take home to your mother. Okay. Well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for UK 5. Welcome back. It's UK 5. Let's take a look at what the scoreboard is and what Davron did. He bought 5 infantry, 5 artillery. Looks like he wants to zone out a France stack. I haven't even run the numbers on a France stack, and I don't think I will. I think he should be able to zone me out pretty easily there. For combat, he went after... I'm really shocked he went after that, but... we knocked out his last remaining plane, which is nice. He took Bello, no losses. Italy lost 1. Southern Europe, no losses. And Northwestern Europe, 1 infantry, defeated 4. So that's pretty darn lucky. So, our opponents have no planes in range of just about anything here. So that gives me a little bit of a thirst to start whacking him here and there. But do I want to buy more planes or more? You know, for once, I think I'm actually going to be just maxing out my land unit purchases here. I don't think I need more planes. I need more boots on the ground. So... let's hit here. I'll take you to go. We'll bomb Berlin. Attack Burma. I'd rather the UK do the trading and the US do the building up. No planes in range, so I don't even have to protect this transport. It feels a little weird, but I think it's the right move. Nice. Got it. What's the point of an AA gun? It's just a blocker. They have no planes. Wow, one hit on each. Precision fighting here. Got it. Alright, nice turn. I'm going to leave this infantry here just in case I want to retake Egypt or something. I'll pull this bloke back. I guess I'll keep the fighters here so they have a bit more range. Bombers. Caucasus is one of my favorite places to keep them. I'll blitz this guy back through West Russia. And yeah, I'm just going to keep forcing him to trade. And now that he has no planes, his trading's going to have to risk powerful counterattacks. I think this game's over. I think it's over. Over, man. 41 IPC United Kingdom. That's pretty snazzy. I can start buying more planes next turn. Yeah, we have a 53 attack power lead. Once the attack power gets to 40 or 50, the game, unless there's very strange circumstances, like you get a capital, it's usually over. And we have, I mean, look at poor Germany. They're just at 20, 21 IPCs, getting bombed. I'm going to stack Belorussia next turn. He's just going to have more and more trouble holding on. Poor Japan, they're only 37 IPCs. They should be well in their 40s by now, trading these territories, but yeah, it's a pretty nice position for us, all things considered. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys next time for USA 5. Welcome back, it's USA 5. Let's take a look at what Davron did. He bought all land units, bombed India again, got 5, took Alaska for free, took Sikang for free, took Evenki for free, Western Australia for free, killed 2, lost 1 Burma, and hit Yakut. So, looks like he's starting to go after our navy in the Atlantic. Or sorry, at least the islands. I don't know how successful he's going to be because this will be under threat by us next turn, but it definitely is a distraction, but it kind of removes all pressure from Russia. So I'm just going to buy a bunch of land units and a fighter to help me defend. I don't think I want to hit that, as tempting as it might be. Okay, well, let's start out here. Let's take these cuties. It's Southern Europe because it's easier. I have anything for these guys to hit? I don't... Well, I don't really have any use for these. I don't really want to hit here with the US because I plan to stack there with Russia. So I'm a little conflicted. See any bombers in range here? I don't have to defend these, correct? Yeah, I think I'm just going to stack that with Russia so I won't hit it. Maybe I'll relocate these fighters somewhere else. Maybe I'll bring them back to Canada or something. I don't know. I think that's good. Oh, it's so nice not having to worry about defending my transports. It's quite liberating. Wow, those were awful rolls. Oof, 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 when his were not. Well, we captured it. Wasn't pretty, but we did it. Well, let's see. Send these guys back. I think I'm going to send this aircraft carrier here. Can his bombers reach? I guess not. Put the fighters here. I guess the sub can back off to try and dead zone these territories. I'll send these guys here. I'll put the AA gun there. Let's see, he's got 5 units here. Five units. And here I'm going to have okay, I guess I can keep this bomber here. I'll keep the tank here in case he comes down to visit us. Let's move these guys forward. I'll move the US. I'll add an extra unit there to say if you want to recapture it, you have to pay up. Kind of dislike this spread, but I'm feeling very ahead. I just want to make sure he doesn't win through some silliness like capturing Western United States. I think it was a big mistake moving all of these guys out here because he can't go for Hawaii. I have these planes here. I can buy an aircraft carrier and hit everything if I wanted. He can't hit there. He can't hit there. He's just got to either wait for these guys to get murdered or bring them back home. So I think that was a little bit of a waste of a move on his part. All right. I think I do want some more artillery. Got a lot of infantry here. Let's add some more muscle. I'll just force Japan to trade. I feel pretty confident in my position. Let's trade here because it's closer. What do I want to do with these? I don't want to go here. That's too dangerous. I guess I'll just stack everything on Belarusia, give myself overwhelming odds. How many transports does he have there? Only one? Yeah, that's not very scary to me. Alright, let's rock. Took the tank. really shouldn't have blitzed there for 1 IPC to lose a tank. I didn't think that's generally worth it. Nice, perfect. All right, really good round there. Killed 5 units, lost 1. I'll take that. That's a win in my book. He has no odds on India, right? He can hit with 4 units, 5 planes, 3 bombards. Yeah, his odds have to be 0. Okay, I'll move more units this way. I'm going to try and focus most of my attention now against Japan. Well, maybe... Yeah, I'm just going to focus most of my attention on Japan. Maybe I should just focus on taking out Germany. Well, there's no real wrong answers. I kind of just win either way. I usually like to send Russia after Japan once the US starts landing. I'm not going to overthink it. I think my position is extremely strong. So I'm just going to let it ride. I'm kind of high on artillery there. What's here? All artillery. Okay, never mind. I bought 4 and 4. I'll mix and match here. He can't hit this, right, with his planes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's out of range. Let me check my defense profiles. Looks good. Oh, 29 IPC Russia feels pretty good. I have to wonder why he hasn't conceded at this point. I mean, we have we're closing in, or like a 74 IPC lead, or attack power lead. It's just damning at this point. Like, he has nothing going for him. Japan's treading water. Germany's circling the drain here. I don't know. I never quite... I'm always a little interested in what goes through players' minds when they're in these sort of positions. Like, are they just not able to read the board state? Does he just want to hope I don't take my turn and wins that way? Like, I'm never quite sure. You know, when Russia is more powerful than Germany, that's a big red flag. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time for UK 6. Welcome back. It's UK 6. Let's take a look at what Davron has done. Bought 7 units, repaired the complex for 6, failed Northwestern, failed Southern Europe, hit Poland, hit Baltic states, hit France. I mean, he has no planes, so he's kind of flailing around here. Alright, I'm just going to buy 8 land units and another bomber. I think this game is all but over, so I am not going to dedicate too much brain power to each of these moves. Let's start up. Here. Let's do this. A little shield icon here to place something. I'm just going to let him have Western Australia. I can't really contest it. It's his prize. Precision attacking. Ooh, 2 hitbacks. Brought enough in for 2 hits exactly. That's nice. Those were not great rolls. But my rolls aren't too material at this point. It's just a matter of how fast we kill him. There's really no hope to be had in this game for the Axis powers. Okay, I guess I'll just keep the fighters there since he doesn't have any planes. I guess there's no reason not to put these guys here. He can't attack them with anything. Guess the sub can stay there. Now it's Germany down to 42 attack power. And since he has no planes, he's having to trade very inefficiently each turn. Probably just dump all my American units here. Just give up doing the, slow crawl through Finland and just dump as many units as I can into Germany and let him trade himself dry. IPC is not bad. Look at this ridiculous attack power lead. Just a small, almost 100 and it's like 128 attack power lead or something like that. Well, not quite 100. It's, I don't know. I'm not going to do the math. This game's over. Just my opponents just, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're just new and don't have the ability to read the board state. They might not even know they can forfeit. Who knows? I'm just always curious about these people that play these lost games and what goes through their heads. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time for USA 6. Welcome back. It's USA 6. Let's look at the scoreboard. Our lead is massive against Davron. He bought a bunch of tanks, transports, hit Burma, took Australia pretty cleanly, took Evenki, Szechuan, Novo. So pretty good dice for him, but I'm not going to focus too much on the strategy this turn. I'm just going to buy a bunch of crap and place my units. In my mind, my opponent is dead and he should leave the game. But he's not, so we're going to keep playing the game and until we can finish the final blow. Wow, I have a lot of planes. I just realized it. And he has no planes for Germany. Does he have any bombers in range? No, I don't have to defend my navy at all. That's kind of nice. Nice, no planes lost. Oh, those were bad rolls. Well, I guess his rolls were worse. Okay, now I'm just going to unload units everywhere. Oh, maybe I... Well, actually, you know... maybe I won't put... I'll put some of the units in there because I do want to be able to keep med shucking if possible. I'm not going to overthink this. So yeah, I have 5 transports. I need a lot of units to fill that puppy up. See, I can't fill that up. I can only send 8 units. So one of these guys is going to have to go here, which is fine. Keep the tank here to nip any Africa landings in the bud. Guess my sub can move up a little bit to potentially defend Alaska. He can actually hit with a ton of units. I really don't want to over defend Alaska. And who knows, maybe I'll send all the units here so they can all party in France. Here it's nice this time of year. Eight units for, let's see, that's 6, 7, 8. Now, I guess I still do want a transport here. And that should suffice. All right. More planes is the name of the game. No transport range of Western US. Another transport. And we're making good money with the US. Not going to overthink the Russian turn. Hit there. We'll stack Novo. Will we stack it? Okay, here, here, should be good. Got it. How often do you see like Russia double pushing Germany and Japan like this? Not very often. Got it. Yeah, he's just so poor as Japan. And just so you guys know, I mean, this isn't something you should do, but I'm not running numbers on any of the odds. He can probably have some juicy strifes here, but my income advantage and material advantage is just so gross. I'm kind of, doing things like a dog at a keyboard. I don't know. I guess I'll send these guys over here. Maybe I'll put the fighters here to potentially try to take Berlin next turn with Russia. Isn't that wild? I think I've only ever taken Berlin as Russia like once. Not a common occurrence for me. I mean, look, 31 IPC a turn, Russia. Germany's at 10, which is the second best income number Germany can be, the best being 0. Russia's getting close to matching Japan's income. Huh. Kind of funny. How many? What's the attack bar of Russia? 68. That's wild. That's just kind of fun to look at these weird boards. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for UK 7. Alright. Well, it looks like Davron finally threw in the towel. Let's see what happened. Wow, he really traded everywhere, didn't he? So, looks like he finally threw in the towel. He saw when Berlin was completely surrounded that the music was coming, but well played to my opponent. And let's go take a look at his ranking here. Whoops. Alright, so interesting. He's been a platinum player. I would not have guessed that. Rank 106 back then. Season 6, he was a rank 21 allies. Interesting. Well, maybe the game was a little less flushed out back in the first seasons, a bit more Wild West. Let's take a look at our ratings here. And we have gotten platinum with Axis, but we still got a little bit left to go as allies. So once again, I want to thank all of the subscribers, commenters, and especially the members. I really appreciate you guys. Your support helps encourage me to keep making these videos. And I will see you guys next time for the next installment of this Speedrun to Platinum series.